It's kind of inspired by a conversation I was having with a woman a couple of weeks ago, and it's really just like, when should you change your weight loss plan? When should you change it? When should you switch it up? And I think this is a really good topic because there's so many ideas out there. There's so many weight loss plans. There's so many workout programs. There's so many diets. There's just so much information kind of in the dieting, weight loss, like, world out there. And sometimes it can be confusing, or it can be overwhelming even, like, what should I be doing? Should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? We're constantly bombarded with so much information. Should I be trying this diet? Should I be trying that diet? Well, so these people are talking about this workout program, and it sounds amazing, and maybe I should switch what I'm doing to something else. And that can be a lot. And a lot of times, all of the input of information can either leave us feeling frustrated, leave us feeling overwhelmed, leave us feeling stuck, leave us constantly worrying, should I be doing something else? Should I be doing more? Et cetera, et cetera. And so this video is really going to be all about if and when you even need to change anything. So that is what we're going to be talking about. It's already been a couple minutes. I'm going to go ahead and dive in. If you're watching the video and you have any thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, please leave me a comment. If you're watching the replay, do #replay. I'm here to help you. I really want to make this information useful for you. And that would be better done if you ask me questions. So if anything doesn't make sense, or I'm talking too fast, which I do, let me know. For those who don't know me, hi, I'm Candace McDaniel. I'm a health and fitness coach. I help teach moms about consistency, and specifically how to stick with your healthy habits long enough to get results. Weight loss, getting in shape, all of that. It's as much making sure that you continually do the things you're supposed to do as even what you should be doing, because a perfect plan that you don't stick with doesn't do any good. So learning how to motivate yourself, how to stay consistent, how to keep showing up, that's really kind of the magic. As I kind of talked about before, there are a lot of weight loss programs out there, and a lot of them are very successful if you know how to stick with them. But if you don't know how to make yourself show up and do the work, it really doesn't do any good. So that's kind of what I talk about. So let's dive in. When do you need to change your weight loss plan? When do you need to make changes, et cetera, et cetera? So first situation, it's working. It's getting you results. You are steadily making progress. And I don't mean like every single day you step on the scale, you're losing weight, or the weight's coming off like, 10 pounds or, in a week or something. Like, I'm talking about overall trending, as in like within the last month, I've gone down more than I've gone up. That I'm starting to see progress. My clothes are fitting better. I'm starting to, like, my body's responding well. Overall, 1 to 2 pounds a week, like, that's a healthy rate of weight loss. If it's working, leave it alone, okay? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if you are getting overall good results with your weight loss plan, then you don't need to do anything. You don't need to change it. You just need to keep working the system that you have, because obviously it's working for you. So you don't want to mess with it. So don't let this fear that there's some other better, amazing program out there kind of derail you. If it's working well, then stick with it. Keep going along. Keep doing what you know works, okay? But situation number 2, say some of it's working and some of it's not. So that might look like, okay, maybe I do the workouts, but I'm struggling with the diet, or I'm doing a little bit of it, right? So maybe some days out of the week I'm pretty good, and other days I'm not so well. If you like it and you're able to stick with some of it, then I say you don't change it, okay? Stick with it, give it time, start troubleshooting it. So why am I not sticking to it? Why am I having these issues? Why am I not showing up with the workouts? Why am I struggling with the diets? If you really believe in the program that you're doing, or if it sounds like something you want to do with the rest of your life, right? Like, a lot of us will try weight loss programs that sound great in the short term, but when we think about doing them for the rest of our lives, we're just like, oh God, no, that would be terrible. Okay, that's not the one for you. I'm talking about the ones where you're like, yes, I believe in the system. This is how I want to live my life. This is the relationship I want to have with food. This is how active I want to be. If you're looking at it like that, some of it's going well. you're having parts that you're having success with. Like I said, maybe you're sticking to your diet a few days a week. Maybe you're getting half the workouts in there. You're not 100% on doing all the things, but you feel like maybe one day you could or one day you want to, and you're having some success with it, then you start troubleshooting. You start figuring out, okay, well, if I'm not sticking with the meal plans, why? Is it because my food is it too hard to cook? Do I not have enough time to do it? Isn't that convenient enough? Do I have too much junk food in the house? Do I have too many distractions? Start looking at ways that you can start doing better with it. So it's not, let me scrap the whole thing. It's, okay, here are the areas that I'm being successful. Okay, that's great. What's one area I'm struggling with? What can I start doing to make myself more successful with that? Am I struggling with motivation? I need to be doing my workouts at a different time of day. Do I need an accountability partner or group or buddy? There are a lot of different things that you can do to help yourself be more successful in a weight loss program when you start working on that thought process. A lot of us go immediately to, I'm too lazy, I'm too tired, I'm stressed, it's just hard. And we stop there and we spend so much time either beating ourselves up or judging ourselves or being frustrated that it's not working, that we don't get to work figuring out a solution for us. There was a time where I was like, God, just eating out is so much more convenient and I'm so tired. I don't want to cook every night and it's so hard and da-da-da. And an easy, fix for that for me was to start meal prepping. So now all of a sudden the healthy food's always ready to go. It's always convenient for me. And I was able to help work the program that I was on by working on why it wasn't working. Does that make sense? There's a lot of working in there. But I hope y'all understand what I'm saying, that you need to check in with why it's not working and start troubleshooting that. And you don't have to fix all of it today, but pick one or two areas and start working there, okay? So, scenario number 3, you got your program, you love it, you're doing all the things in it, right? You were 80 to 90% showing up, every day, every week, hitting your goals or your healthy habits, but you're not getting the results that you want. So maybe the weight loss is stalled. You're doing all the things, you're planning your meals, you're doing it, you're eating healthy, you're exercising stuff, and you stalled. You're just not losing as much weight anymore. Maybe it was working before, but you kind of slowed down. In that case, it's not a matter of completely throwing the program out the window. You kind of have a couple options. Option 1 is where you start upgrading. You start doing a little bit more or a little bit better. So maybe you start reducing your portion sizes by a little bit. Maybe you up the intensity by your workouts by a little bit. Not a lot of it, right? Doesn't mean going crazy. Doesn't mean okay, now I gotta kill myself. But is there somewhere that you can upgrade a little bit? Maybe you're having a snack during the day that you don't need anymore, stuff like that. But start looking for ways that you can upgrade what you're currently doing a little bit. Maybe you stretch your time in between meals by, maybe 20, 30 minutes. Those are all little things that can help you start to kind of kick everything in gear again and get you to kind of that next level of healthy habits that are going to help kind of kickstart your weight loss again. So that's option 1, upgrade what you're doing. Option 2, start switching it up. Maybe you're eating too much of the same foods. Maybe you're doing too much of the same workouts and your body has just gotten too comfortable with that. You've gotten used to it. You've hit a point where you're maintaining what you're doing because it's no longer helping your body you're not burning extra energy doing it anymore. You've just gotten so used to it that it's not working anymore. So that's when maybe you want to start trying a different type of exercise. If you're doing a lot of cardio, start adding in more strength training, or vice versa. Like I said, if you're eating a lot of the same foods, start adding in new foods. Start trying different, recipes and stuff like that to kind of help kickstart your body again and get it processing new things, doing new things, which is going to help you start kickstarting weight loss again. So those are kind of your 2 options. If it's, you're loving your plan, it's working, or it was working, and you're doing all the things, but now you're not losing weight like you were wanting to. So the last option I want to talk about is option 4. You're not sticking to it at all. So you tried the thing and you're just not following through with it. You're not seeing any weight loss, you're not seeing success, you're not doing some of it. It's not working at all. If that's the case, then that is when I'm like, yeah, get a different one. Switch your plan. Try a different diet, try a different workout program, look for something else. Because if you're not having any success with it, you're not sticking with it at all, you know what I mean? Or you're miserable doing it. Oh, we'll get to that one in a minute. We'll make that one number 5, okay? But if you're not sticking with it, you're not seeing success, then it's time to switch. It's probably not the one that works best for you. There are a lot of different weight loss programs out there because no one person's body is unique. We're all so different. Our metabolisms, our health requirements, our activity levels, our fitness levels, all of those things are different. And because we're also different, there are different things and different diets and weight loss programs that are going to work for different people. A lot of people love calorie counting. Could not do it. A lot of people like sticking to keto diet. Didn't work for me. All of us have different things that we're willing to do for the rest of our lives or that work for our bodies and things that don't. And so if you're on a program that's not working for you at all, then switch. Go find a different one. Try something else. It's great if it works for so-and-so, and your neighbor down the street, that's great. But if it's not working for you, then switch it, and don't be afraid to try something different that sounds more appealing, that's maybe more in line with the type of life you want long term, that you think it's going to get you better results. Try something else. I think one of the things I definitely regret, in my ridiculously long weight loss journey is spending too much time trying to do diets that weren't working for me, that I didn't enjoy, that weren't getting me results that I couldn't even imagine doing myself, long term. Whatever diet that you do, whatever you do to lose weight, that is what you're going to have to do to keep that weight off, okay? You have to be consistent with that stuff, and maintenance is doing the same thing that you're already doing, because that's what helped you lose the weight. You're not going to be able to, stick with the diet, lose the weight, and then stop the diet and think it's just going to stay off, and then just go eat however. That's not the way it works, okay? So if you're over here thinking that's the plan, it's not going to pan out. So don't be afraid that if it's not working at all, if you're not sticking with it, try something else, try something different. There are other diets out there that, I would bet good money are going to be more successful for you. And then I kind of was talking about this, but I think this deserves its own little category. Number 5, if you're doing a diet and you hate it, switch. If it makes you miserable, if you feel deprived, if you're like, this is the worst thing ever and this sucks and there's no way that I want to do this forever, you need to switch. Even if it's working, you need to switch, because I'm going to tell you right now, you are going to struggle so hard to stick with something that you hate. And that's not, I don't know anybody where that's the kind of life they want to lead. Nobody wants to be miserable for the rest of their life. Even if it makes you fit in quote unquote healthy, your mental health is as important as your physical health. They need to go hand in hand. You need to feel good about the healthy habits that you are doing to get in shape, because just being in shape by itself is not enough to make it all worth it. It's not. It's enough to push yourself. It's enough to challenge yourself. It's enough to do hard things, but it's not enough to do things that make you miserable, okay? Because you're going to have a bad day where something else is tough, something else is hard, and this is going to get piled onto it. And people who follow diets that make them miserable, that they hate, typically end up creating really unhealthy relationships with food, with their body image, with themselves in general. Doing a diet that makes you miserable is not taking care of yourself, okay? So try something else. There are a lot of ways to lose weight out there. If you need some help, some options, some ideas, come talk to me. Send me a message, comment below. I will help you find something that you feel like you can stick with, that you can do, and that you can feel good about doing, physically and mentally, okay? So for sure, if you hate it, find something else. Life is too short to be miserable. It's also too short to be unhealthy, which makes a lot of us miserable too. But you don't need to be miserable to lose weight, and you don't have to stick to diets that make you feel terrible to lose weight. So if you do, on the one that you're on, switch. Find something else. Like I said, there are so many options out there. And there is one out there that's going to feel good, that's going to help you get the results that you want, that's going to be sustainable for you. And when you can eat well and exercise and do healthy habits that help your body be strong and fit and healthy and maintain a healthy weight that you actually feel good about doing, that really is the ultimate goal. None of us want to lose weight just to be miserable and skinny, right? Or miserable and fit. That doesn't sound really any better. You think, oh, well, at least I'll be fit. When you're mentally miserable, it does not feel great. It doesn't feel great, okay? It's not worth it. I'm getting all worked up. Okay, I'm calm down. Whew. Okay, sorry. This is one of those subjects that I feel very strongly about. So, but it won't all be better just because you're in better shape. If what you're doing sucks, it's going to suck then too, okay? So find something else. If you need help finding something else, please send me a message. I'm here for y'all. And somebody's trying to sneak in. So, quick recap, because obviously I am out of time today. 5 situations whether or not you should change your weight loss plan. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's working, leave it alone. If some of it's working and some of it's not, but you like the plan and you feel good about doing it, then start troubleshooting why the things aren't working. Start figuring out what you can do differently to help yourself be more successful on it. 3, if you're doing all the things and you're no longer getting results with them and you still kind of like your program, look for ways to upgrade. Look for ways to do just a little bit more. So maybe eating just a little bit healthier, maybe slightly smaller portion sizes, maybe working out just a little bit harder, extending your periods between meals. Just look on upgrading it a little bit. Or if you can't stick with it, if you're not seeing any results with it, then switch. All right, if it's just not working for your body, then feel free to switch. Like, that's okay. And then, of course, 5, if it makes you miserable, even if it's working, find something else. Find a different program that you are going to be able to stick with long term and do so in like a positive, mentally good way. Not, this is so miserable and I hate it, but at least it's working, right? Like, that's not the kind of life any of us want to live. All right. That is kind of what I have for you guys today. I hope that was helpful for just dealing with all the information and all the options and ideas out there, so you can just kind of better understand whether or not you even need to pay any attention to it. Like I said, if you got stuff that's working for you, you don't need to pay attention to it. Just let it go. But if the diet you're on, you're not sticking with it, you're not getting results, and you hate it, definitely start doing some research, start looking out there for better options. If you need help with better options, I'm here for you. I will definitely help kind of point you in the direction of something that is going to be sustainable for you. All right. Hope you guys are doing well.